Hello, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're doing well. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. This is your tarot card for the week of December 28th, 2025. Six of Pentacles just wanted to show itself. So this is your tarot card for the week ahead. It is a collective general reading, not individualized, not personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate, and if that happens, it's okay. Just means that one message is meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't. Be sure to check out your other placements. If you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also in that description box is information on how you can become a time traveler. Keep in mind, this is not what you don't see coming for the week ahead. Tarot card of the week reading is intended to help all of us move further along in our respective life journeys. So with all of that said, let's begin. Tapping into the Aquarius collective now for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is the tarot card of the week here for Aquarius? For the week of December 28th, 2025, the Emperor wanted to show themselves. One more shuffle there. Thank you. Eight of Wands. What important message or fast movement, let me read that again to you. An important message or fast movement may be coming in. This is really interesting. This is interesting because this is the Monica Louv deck. I believe she only sells it on her website. All of the cards in this deck have a question. Typically, the question is, we need to sit back and ponder whatever the question here is, so we can go within and get the answer we need to move forward, right? So we don't get too stuck or too stagnant in situations, environments, or connections that no longer serve our highest good. This is the only card in the deck where there isn't much for you to contemplate this week. This is telling you something is coming towards you. There's important information or communication headed your way. The High Priestess here is at the bottom of the deck. What is your intuition trying to tell you? You know this already. Right behind that is the Knight of Cups. So there's some kind of discussion or offer or communication. And intuitively, you already know that it's coming in. So maybe for this week, you need to prepare for it. Tell me about that Eight of Wands. Why is the Eight of Wands the tarot card of the week here for the Aquarius collective? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Wands. I would say within the next 8 days of you seeing this message or this reading, regardless of when you see it, within 8 days, I feel like you are receiving an offer, opportunity, communication, or information. And it's something that you already suspect is coming in, or you know that you have to deal with. It's a conversation you know you need to have. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Ten of Cups. Eight of Wands shows itself again. The Wheel of Fortune and Justice. Wow. Bottom of the deck, Two of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. That leaves the Three of Swords, King of Swords, Queen of Cups, Seven of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you've had a heartbreaking situation, environment, connection, experience here in your life. And there's a conversation here in respect to that. All right, tell me about the Ten of Cups here. Tell me about the Ten of Cups here. I think you need to decide how you will be. If you're initiating this conversation, what exactly will you be saying? And for those of you where it's coming towards you, and you know, like, oh, any day now, I know this person's going to want to discuss this issue with me. I think you need to prepare for it. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Ten of Cups is clarified by the Five of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Two of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Five of Swords. Yeah, there's been a disappointing experience, situation, environment, or connection here in your life. I think at some point in time you thought this would make me very happy. This is a job I want to be at. This is the person I want to be with, etc., right? This is the living situation that I really desire. Whatever it was here for you, you felt like it lent to your emotional contentment. I think something went wrong here. We saw the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. We have the Ten of Cups now going to the Five of Cups. There is a conversation here, though, that still needs to be had about what transpired. Or for others of you, how are we going to move forward now that that Three of Swords moment has occurred? This is a dust and faded conversation here. Five of Swords and the Seven of Cups. You need to be prepared for it. So if this message is resonating for you, you had something or someone that went to your emotional contentment. Something went wrong, maybe within the last 5 weeks, because we had that Five of Swords there. So within the last 5 weeks, something went wrong, an argument, a separation, a disconnection. And now we went from being in the 10 of cups to being in the 5 of cups. Now we're not feeling really good about whatever or whomever this is. There's communication here. There's a conversation that needs to be had over the course of the next 8 days. You need to figure out what is the just, fair, and balanced thing for yourself. Do you want to continue investing in whatever this is? Do you want to return to it? Or if you're moving on from it, I think you need to tell that entity that you're officially moving on from it for some of you. Like, let's say there's a work situation and, I don't know, maybe you took 2 weeks off or you got suspended or something. It's like, okay, well, the next 8 days you're going back to work. Is that the job that you still want to stay at? I mean, there's a conversation here that needs to be had. If you had a big blow up fight with your partner, there's a conversation here that needs to be had. We can't just let that sit. We can't let the 3 of Swords and the 5 of Swords sit. We've got to address it. Are we going to work through this? Are we going to repair the connection moving forward? Are we going our separate ways? Like, what are we doing here? So I feel like this is a very specific message for those of you where you had that 3 of Swords or 5 of Swords moment with an entity in your life that at some point in time was part of your 10 of Cups. It went from the 10 to the 5. It's now, there's been a significant emotional loss here. There's a conversation to be had. Are we moving forward together? If so, how? And if not, that needs to be said as well. Tell me about the Justice card here. Tell me about the Justice card. I feel like whatever this is, you need to do what is best and fair for you. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the 9 of Wands. We have the Page of Swords. There's that communication. And the 3 of Pentacles. Bottom of that King of Wands. This is your call, believe it or not. This is your call. Do you want to rebuild this? How you want to rebuild this? Do you want to walk away? Do you want to deconstruct it? How are you going to deconstruct it? I feel like the ball is in your court here for some reason. 2 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. And let's say this is a job that has come to an end, right? I'm not saying that there's a conversation here to be had about, you know, going back to the past job. I mean, it could be for some of you. It doesn't have to be. Let's say you were let go from your job in the last 5 weeks, or you abruptly quit for some reason. Within the next 8 days, we need to now get the ball rolling to find a new place of employment. I don't think you can sit around and wait for the new job to come to you. It's like you need to take the inspired action. So I feel like the call is yours, or the next move is yours, whether there's repair, whether there is, you know, an effort here to reconstruct what transpired, whether we're breaking away, we're going our separate ways, or that has already occurred and now you need to create this new path for yourself. I just feel like the conversation or the movement forward has to come from you for some reason. Like you need to take the initiative here. 2 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Tell me about that 2 of Pentacles. One more shuffle here. Thank you. I think, again, I get back to justice. You have to do what is the fair and balanced thing for you. 10 of Swords, King of Cups, Strength card, bottom of that Queen of Pentacles. You have to do at the end of the day what is best for you. Are you returning to whatever this is? Or do you want to bridge the gap between you and this individual? Do you want to have the strength and courage to move on from it? If you're moving on from it and this is a work situation, do you want to look for another job? Do you want to stay in the same industry? It's time that we start moving forward. We can't allow the 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords, or 10 of Swords to sit there indefinitely. We're either repairing this, we're reconnecting with it, we're going our separate ways, or like I said, if the separate ways has already happened, then we need to have some fast movement and start moving forward. For those of you where you have put out your resumes and applications because you are looking for a new job, I feel like you have a new job offer coming in the next 8 days. You have a new job offer coming in then in the next 8 days. All right, I want to pull different cards for you depending on what situation this is. So for those of you where you had a break in a connection, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic, you had a break in the connection, I feel like you need to initiate either reconciliation or going separate ways. I don't know why it needs to come from you. It just does. Yeah, it just does. 3 cards of advice for my Aquarians that need to have this conversation with an entity that they had that 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords with. We have the 9 of Cups, we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Page of Wands. Bottom of deck, 9 of Pentacles. 9's a very singular energy. If this is a break in a connection, you have a choice here to make. And you need to speak your truth. You need to be authentic to you. Do you want to become single, free, and independent of this connection? Or do you want to discover ways on how you can repair the connection and bring it back together again? The choice will be yours, but the choice needs to be authentic to you. Again, I go back to this needs to be what is fair and balanced to you. If this connection cannot be completely repaired and healed, if the other entity is not investing in this the way that you are, the way that you want to, then I think you know your answer. It's time for you to become free, single, and independent of whomever this individual is. Either way, it needs to be authentic to you. Okay. For those of you where this is work-related and you're trying to decide whether or not you want to return to work or continue working there. So where this is a work relationship, if this is a work relationship, excuse me. Work relationship, advice for Aquarius. One more shuffle. Thank you. Work relationship, the Fool, the 4 of Pentacles, and the Tower. Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Ace of Swords shows itself again. I think for most of you where this is a work situation, where you work for someone else, and you had 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords happen here, and this was a job that you were very happy at, and you're no longer happy at. Again, it's only advice. There's something here. Maybe you should hold on to the job for now if you're able to do that while you look for another job opportunity. I don't think you can stay at this job long term. The Tower is Plutonic energy. It's ruled by Pluto. Pluto rules Scorpio, or is the modern day ruler of Scorpio. There's something here about this job will come to an end for you or transform in some way. If you wanted to return to it or stay in it for now, because it offers you some type of financial security, there's definitely a benefit to you doing that. So you're not out of a job, you're not out of a paycheck. But I would look for new income sources outside of this, like looking for another job or something like that. Because if you were to return to it or stay in it, I feel like it's only a matter of time before you're let go or something happens and you're forced to quit. So there's like an abrupt change here coming that you don't see. So if that's your current work situation, I would, again, it's not telling you to quit the job tomorrow. Obviously, you still need a paycheck, but I would look over the course of the next 8 days for another job because I don't feel like this one is going to be very stable for you. Can I have timing on that Tower? If Aquarius were to stay or return to this job, not every card in Tarot's timing, but let's see what we get. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the Eight of Cups. So by August or 8 months from now. So this job that you have, if you were to stay there or return there, it's probably you're only going to be in your life until about July or August. And I don't know what happens at that point. You quit, you get fired, something like that. It's not, you're not in it for the long run. So there's something here about use this time to start looking for another job. Okay. For those of you where you have been let go from work in that last 5-week period, what is the advice for Aquarius where they were let go from work? Were let go from work. 3 cards of advice here for Aquarius. You were let go from work. What is the advice here? One more shuffle here. Thank you. If you were let go from the job, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and Judgment. Bottom of the deck, Tower, the Devil. So this was a toxic job environment. I would count your blessings that you're no longer there. I know it probably sucks that you lost your job around the holidays, or you're starting off the new year with, you know, your financial reserves lowering and decreasing. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants to end one year and start the new year without a paycheck. But it was a very toxic job environment, I don't think it would have stayed in your life much longer. So I wouldn't blame myself. Like if this were my reading, I wouldn't blame myself. Am I saying that you were 100% the best employee ever? No, we all make mistakes, but there was a reason why that had to leave your life. That was a toxic job situation. You also have a new job opportunity coming in Capricorn season, which we're now in, which would not have been possible had you stayed at that job. So if you would have stayed there for the long term, I think like you would have missed this opportunity. So I would seize this opportunity. There's a new job here for you. Can we get 3 cards of advice here? I think if you make it your job to apply for different positions over the course of the next 8 days, I do think that you receive a job offer. For those of you that want a job. 3 cards of advice. Yep. 9 of Cups. 10 of Wands. And the 7 of Pentacles. Bottom of deck, 3 of Cups. You do have a job come in. But you have to do the heavy lifting. You have to invest time. Make it your job. You're like, okay, I got fired or I abruptly quit. It happened. There's nothing I can do about it. Instead of sitting at my cubicle working for 8 hours a day, I'm going to make it my job 8 hours a day to find another job. I'm going to perfect my resume. You know, I'm going to look up the types of questions I should be asking on interviews. I'm going to set up my LinkedIn page, my Rocket, my Indeed. I'm going to, you know, I'm going to branch out. I'm going to get out of my comfort zone when it comes to applying for jobs. Yeah, I think if you make it your job to find a job within the next course of 8 days, you find a job that is long lasting. You're going to plant seeds there. You're going to be there for 7+ years, which in this day and age is a pretty damn good job. We don't have jobs like that anymore. It used to be that you would, you know, my parents' generation, you'd start a job and you could potentially be there for 20, 30, 40, 50 years until you retire. That's just not the world we live in anymore. So to have a job in this day and age that you could be at for 7+ years, I think is pretty damn good. In 2025, we're now entering 2026. So that is what I have for you. You have an important message or fast movement is coming in over the course next 8 days. I do think you need to initiate it. I think you need to prepare. You need to prepare to have the conversation. You have to know what you need to say. You have to know if you want to go back. You have to know if you want to repair this. And if you want to move forward and find another job, this is your moment to do it. And I do think that at least one new job opportunity comes in. So yeah, I think your intuition is trying to tell you there's a new cycle here about to start for you. I would take full advantage of this calendar year to do that, to have the conversation, get out of the way, and then either start repairing that connection, moving on from it, or like I said, finding another job if that's what you choose to do. That is what I have for you, Aquarius, for the week of December 28th, 2025. If you like that message, resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.